Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Let me just see if everything is working. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. Hi, and welcome everyone to another deadline stream on this channel before Gaming 32. Firstly, how was your day? It's pretty early. We have a lot of time till deadline. So, yeah. What are your chip strategies? Are you gonna use a chip this gaming? Just gonna wait to see if more people are gonna come in, and then we're gonna take a look at how my team is looking for Gaming 32. Good morning, thanks for joining, everyone. How are you doing? I want to make sure my microphone is not too loud for you, so please let me know if it's okay, or should I turn it down a little bit. Okay. I think that we're gonna move to my team. Here it is. How my team is lining up for Gaming 32. Now, as you may know, if you watched my other videos and my other live streams, you know my strategy was always to use my triple captain. So my triple captain is active at the moment for Gaming 32. Now, obviously, you can I can change it if I want. You can deactivate your triple captainship if you want, but at the moment my triple captain is active and it's gonna be on no one else than Alexander Isak. So please let me know if you have any questions. Um, yeah, I'm gonna make a poll. I don't think that's necessary to make a poll about who's your captain, because I think that a lot of people are just gonna captain Isak. But I'm gonna make one anyway to see how many people are using their full captainship and or bench boost. So okay, working, the audio is working. We're just gonna wait to see if more people are gonna join the stream. But yeah, good morning everyone. I am welcome to another deadline stream on this channel just before Gaming 32. How are you doing firstly? And then we can discuss if you want other FPL topics. Now this is how my team is currently lining up for Gaming 32. I have some benching decisions to make, not gonna lie. But at the moment, this is how I'm lining up. My triple captain is active on Isak. Not too many, not much to say about that at the moment. If you're new on this channel, please consider leaving a like, subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this content, if you want to see more. But yeah, I'm listening. If you have any questions ahead of this game week, I'm more than happy to try to help you. And yeah, thanks again for joining the stream so early in the morning. I know we're still 2 hours and 20 minutes till deadline, so we have a lot of time to discuss about strategies, about what's better for my team to bench boost. I could even bench boost in Gaming 32 honestly and just triple captain Saka, someone like Saka next week. That could be also an option. But at the moment, currently, I'm keeping my strategy of triple captain 32 and bench boost 33, and then obviously free hit 34. Yeah, we're just gonna wait to see if more people are gonna join. Then we can, I'm gonna present you my strategy, my options, my plans for the future. Mhm. Okay. Hi FPL Junkie, thank you so much for joining the stream. Thought I swing by and show support before I took the dog out. Have a good game week, mate. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate your support. Yeah, if you want to support my channel, obviously leave a like, subscribe if you're um, enjoying the content. And yeah, thanks again so much. It really means a lot for me, for you to join the stream. Yeah, it really means a lot. And thanks again. Have a nice weekend. If you're not able to come back maybe later for the stream. And yeah, have a nice weekend. Thanks again for joining. Maybe I started the stream a little bit early, to be honest, but yeah, it's never too early to talk about FPL, right? Thanks, man. If I get the time, I'll pop in. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you so much for joining FPL Junkie. Really appreciate it. And have a nice game week too. Good luck getting on a green arrow. And again, have a nice weekend. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So I think that I'm just gonna talk a little bit about my team, my strategy, uh, before more people pop out. There's always the risk I will repeat myself in that case. But at the moment, I'm really, I know on my team selection video this week, I started Martinez against Southampton away. Now I think that's really tight decision. Uh, I think that both of my goalkeepers have good fixtures. Obviously, the fixture for Martinez is a little bit better. Southampton are already relegated. Now that obviously doesn't mean Southampton are just not gonna try to score or something like that. And Aston Villa are gonna play a really rotated side, I think, against Southampton this week. So yeah, on the other hand, Raya plays at home, which is an advantage. Arsenal are a much better defense than Aston Villa. We saw against Real Madrid how good they are. Brentford is a little bit of a better team attacking wise than Southampton, but yeah, Raya is not really making any saves, but still the chances for clean sheets are pretty high for both of them. That's why I said I could even bench boost this game week, sell someone like Gabriel to another defender, and just use my bench boost this game week. Although I don't think that I will do that. I will try to keep my strategy at the moment, which is triple captain 32 and bench boost 33. Hi W, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Hello, should I start Rogers on or Mbeumo? Honestly, in your case, I would just start Mbeumo. As I said before, Aston Villa are gonna rotate a lot in this game against Southampton, not just because they have another leg against PSG in the Champions League, but also if that's the thing with Rogers. If there was a fixture when Rogers could not start and get some some rest, this is the game against Southampton, right? So uh, if I think that Rogers is gonna be benched, obviously I would just advise you to start Mbeumo. I know the fixture is not great against Arsenal away, but he's on penalties. And yeah, obviously Brentford could score against Arsenal. It's not impossible or something like that. But at least you with Mbeumo, you know that he's starting. He's playing 90 minutes. He's on penalties. He's pretty much the main man for Brentford. So yeah, that's the thing. I would just start Mbeumo instead of Rogers. Now, if you're 100% sure that Rogers is gonna start against Southampton, then obviously you just start Rogers. But personally, I think that it's 50-50, but I'm leaning towards Rogers being benched for Southampton now. Nobody can guarantee you what's gonna happen. Hi FPL Elmer, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it, bro. If you guys want to check out other FPL content, FPL Elmer is also a creator, so give his channel a check if you want. And yeah, thanks a lot for joining the stream. It really means a lot. How are you doing this morning? What are your plan moves? If you want to share them with us. Okay, so a lot of people actually are using their triple captain in Gaming 32. At the moment, no one is using the bench boost. Surprised that you don't start Martinez. I mean, that's what I said just before you join. I think on my team selection video this week, I had Martinez starting. Now, it's a really tough conversation here because I think that both goalkeepers are great for having a clean sheet. Now, obviously, Martinez with the better fixture, but as I said before, Aston Villa, I think, are gonna rotate more than Arsenal, maybe, and obviously Arsenal are much better defense than Aston Villa. So pretty much that's my thinking process. Now, I could end up on Martinez starting. I don't know. Maybe I should just bench boost and be done with it. But my team would look also great in Game Week 33 if not any injuries are gonna occur. I think that I'm still gonna bench boost in 33. Have a crazy bench boost dilemma. My plan is to use bench boost in 33 since I'll have 15 playing players doubling. I mean, you're gonna have 12 players who are gonna have a double. That's the maximum. Then hope for a good double 36 to use my triple captain. That's also a viable strategy. So you're right, FPL Hammer. We could have another double gaming maybe in gaming 36. Although nobody can guarantee you that, and we don't know if we're gonna have another double gaming this season. But if we're gonna have a double gaming in gaming 36, Marmoush could be a better pick maybe than Isak in 32. So that's a really viable strategy. Hi FPL Shorts, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really happy to see you here. If you're new, consider leaving a like, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more, and if you enjoy my content, obviously. Uh, an impressive rank. How many points is that? Uh, Let me just go back, go down a little bit. So I have 2,159 points. I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but yeah, 2,159 my points. And thank you for your compliment. My rank this season was amazing. Probably this is my best season playing FPL. I was pretty much from the second half of the season. I was between 20k, 10k. Uh, for for a while, I've been through top 10k, so it's easy for me to remain here. Now, obviously, I want to try to gain some rank and climb a little bit more. At the moment, it's possible for me to get inside the 1k. That would be an impressive achievement for me. I would be really happy, but it's possible considering I have my triple captain available, my bench boost, and my free hit. So in the next 3 games, I'm gonna use 3 chips. Hopefully, that's gonna help me a little bit to gain some rank. Um, just a sec. Okay. I'm also playing triple captain, having used bench boost earlier in the season. Free hit only chip left after this week. Yeah, so probably you're gonna use your free hit in gaming 34, right? FPL shorts. Also, I don't know if the name is not maybe tied up to shorts, but I my plan at the moment is to try to make also um, YouTube shorts about FPL, and yeah, I really need to learn how to do that because my skills are not amazing at the moment. But yeah, I'm trying to do that. If you guys know have any tips about how to make YouTube shorts about FPL, that would be great and really appreciated. Um, yeah. Okay. 7 people already. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. Consider leaving a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new. And yeah, in a minute we're gonna take a look at how my bench boost would be if I decide to play it this game week and compared to 33. I'm gonna show you in a minute. Oh yeah. Also, what do you think, guys, about Arsenal Aston Villa? Do you think it's gonna be such a big rotation? Do you think Saka is gonna start, for example? I'm really curious about your opinions on these topics. Um, Now, obviously, as you can see on my bench, I have someone like Savio, which is, in my opinion, I think that Savio is gonna start against Crystal Palace at home. Foden is a doubt, as you can see from my news and infos. Yesterday at the embargoes section, Pep Guardiola said that Foden had a problem after the game against Manchester United, and he is a doubt for this gaming. So that's just gonna increase Savio's minutes. I think that he's gonna start, but at the moment, I don't know which player should I bench for him, because obviously I can't bench someone like Murphy, Sar. That there's no way. Marmoush, Mateta, Isak the same. I can't bench Salah and Palmer, right? They have great fixtures at home now. Obviously, it's really frustrating with Palmer that he didn't start in the last game. Now he played in the Conference League 45 minutes to the first half. Now I just think that, and I'm really hopeful that he's gonna start against Ipswich because that's just a great fixture. So yeah, we need to see. Mm, mm, mm. So I haven't created any videos, but you're right. Perhaps a waste given I have shorts in my name. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, yeah. I just thought that you could help me maybe a little bit with this problem. But yeah, are you guys still hearing me? Because I don't know if I did something here. Um, yeah, it's okay. Okay. Really strange what has happened to Palmer's form. I sold him a few weeks ago, but you never know. This week could be what starts another run for him. Yeah, I mean, if I was, if he's gonna start against Ipswich at home, I think that he's a great option, right? Yeah, I know he wasn't in the best form of his life in the last weeks, He was a little bit unlucky with chances. He missed a penalty, I think. Now, what I really like about Palmer for this week, obviously he's gonna be sold for Saka next week for my team, but he right now he's a big differential. Not so many people are having him at my rank at the moment, and I don't know if Palmer starts and does the job and get me some 10 pointers or something like that, or at least one attacking return, that would be really helpful for my rank. It's a really nice opportunity to have a differential Palmer playing against Ipswich at home. If you asked me um, at the start of the season if Palmer is going to be a differential playing against Ipswich at home, maybe I would I would call you crazy or something like that. But yeah, he was really bad in the last game weeks. He blanked a lot. He missed a lot of chances. So I understand he's a lot of money. Obviously, he just doesn't justifies the price we pay for him at the moment. Now, this is the last game week for Palmer in my team. He's gonna be sold the next game week to Bukayo Saka. Now, hopefully, Saka is gonna also get the minutes in Game Week 33 at least. Now, if I was to predict Game Week 32, I think that Saka is not gonna start. Honestly, against Brentford at home, I just don't see the reason. Um, yeah, they won against Real Madrid 3-0, so probably Arsenal are gonna go through to the semi-final of the Champions League, right? But still, Saka just came back from an injury. He was benched last week. I think that he's gonna be benched this week too. That's just my opinion. So I don't have any source or something like that. It's just my opinion. But I think that he's gonna get some minutes. So from talking about this, I'm really happy to have Palmer instead of Saka for this week. Obviously, I missed some price rises for Saka, but it is what it is. Rotation risk. You would think Arsenal can rest players more with their UCL qualification for next season, more sure than Villa, who are competing with Newcastle and Man City. Yeah, I mean, I think that is pretty much guaranteed that Arsenal are gonna get into those Champions League spots, even if they are not gonna play their starting 11 till the end of the season. Obviously, mathematically, it's possible for them to miss out, but yeah, realistically, I think that Arsenal are gonna end up on the second place. Now, really depends if uh, obviously they still have chances to win the Premier League, although are really low, I think. And yeah, it really depends how they see the situation. They could just start their best players against Brentford because they are gonna go through against Real Madrid, right? But they will want to have the best chances to do that, and also they will want to manage Saka's minutes maybe because it's not over after Real Madrid. They are gonna be in the semi-final of Champions League. They're gonna play two legs again, and then possibly a final. So they want Saka to be in the best possible form, possibly. And also the other players. Now this gaming, the first game I think it's Manchester City Crystal Palace, so I'm gonna have six players in the early kickoff. Maybe we're gonna get some early team news for Manchester City. So if you wanna stay on the stream, and if you have maybe some benching dilemmas, if you want to start Foden, you don't know if you need to start Foden to start Savinho or other City players. Maybe we usually we get some early team news from Manchester City. So I'm gonna let you know if I see something. Obviously, oh no, I forgot to turn the deadline. Now, just imagine we're past 3 minutes. So yeah, it's okay. The deadline is gonna be 2 minutes earlier than you see um, right, right here. Okay, yeah, there on the left corner. Hi FPL, M. I mean, if you're talking about my team, yeah, I could. I said it before. I could bench boost, but always my strategy was to triple captain 32. Now I'm not saying I can't just change my strategy, but yeah, if you asked at the moment, let's see how my team would look like if I decide to bench boost 32 compared to 33. So maybe guys, you can help me uh, on which is the best gaming to bench boost. Now, obviously, I know if you're gonna delay till gaming 33, you have you're taking some risk. Maybe some players are gonna get injured or something like that. So maybe my bench boost 33, it's not gonna be uh, my bench boost 33 is not gonna be the same uh, better than 32. Um, but yeah, we're gonna take a look just a minute. FPL MFZ, and maybe you can help me also, at least with your opinion to see which. What do you think, guys? I should do bench boost 32 or 33 because the options is also there to bench Saka, Mbeumo, or Guardiola. Uh, so one to bench from those. I would bench Saka, as I said before. I just think that he's gonna be benched, so that's my only thinking process. I think that Mbeumo and Guardiola are gonna start, so that's what I would do. That's just my personal opinion. Rogers or Saka, that's a really tough decision. Thank you so much for joining the stream, guys. Neil and Katie, really appreciated. Uh, I think that my personal opinion is that both of them are gonna be on the bench. Katie, now I really don't know which player has the better chances to start from those two. To be honest with you, now if I was to start one, although I think that both are gonna be bench, probably I would just start Bukayo Saka. But yeah, it's really tough. Triple captain Wood on game week 36 when they get to final double against Leicester and West Ham. That's also an option. Now we don't know obviously how the game weeks are gonna be, how the double game weeks are gonna be in the future. It's really depending on the FA Cup semifinals. Should I bench boost with Guardiola, Raya, Saka, Ainuri on the bench? I mean, Ainuri is playing against Spurs. Okay, so not a great fixture, but uh, I like Vardiol and Raya. As I said before, I think that Saka is gonna be bench this game week. So it really depends. Is your bench gonna be better for gaming 32, for 33? Sorry, FPL Hawk, and also thanks again. Thank you guys for joining the stream. FPL Macam, FPL Hawk, really appreciate it. If you're new, consider leaving a like, subscribe if you enjoy this content. Should I sell Rashford to Minte for bench boost 32 and then I'm free hitting 33? I mean, if you're free hitting in gaming 33, then yeah, you could just sell Rashford to Minte. I think that his Minte is a great option. This game week against Leicester, I think that's an amazing punt, if I can say it like that. So if you're fitting 33, yeah, you can do that. It doesn't really matter that you're selling Rashford because you're gonna have him in gaming 33. Thank you so much for subscribing. I just need Claudette H. Thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. I really hope that you enjoyed this content. And yeah, thanks again. It really means a lot to me. Hi, Max Edits. Triple Captain Murphy, as I need to catch up to first. Um, 80 points clear. He's a differential, so I don't know. Or Isak. Uh, yeah, that's a really big lead to catch up. Now, I think that Isak is the best triple captain option this game, obviously, as maybe everyone thinks. But if you're catching and if you need uh, so much points to gain, you could try to go a little bit different. Now, I think that maybe Mateta is a better triple captain option than Murphy, honestly, if you have him. Is my comment not up there, Denis? Uh, yeah, I missed it. Sorry. I have Areola, Konsa, Evan Nilsson, and Guardiol, and I think I will bench boost and I will taking out Konsa and Areola, but for who? Oh, sorry for missing your comment. I'm trying to answer all the questions. So you have Areola. Thanks for subscribing, Max Edit. It really means a lot to me. Hope you enjoyed this stream. Hope to see you again. Uh, so yeah. So Areola is playing against Liverpool, right? Konsa, Evan Nilsson, and Guardiola, and I think I will bench boost and I'm taking out Konsa and Rabat for whom? Okay. So Evan Nilsson and Guardiola are great options. Now I don't know if you have the money to go from someone like Areola to someone like Martinez. That could be an option. And Konsa also. Uh, Let me just put here the fixture so we can see. um, Now, if you don't have the money to go for Martinez, I would just go for Verbruggen, honestly, from Brighton against Leicester at home. And if you want to sell Konsa also to bench boost, probably someone like Dunk. It's your safe bet at the moment. Yeah, maybe you could go for someone from someone from Chelsea, but I just don't know if I would do that. Probably I would go for Brighton players, honestly. I would just target that fixture against Leicester. They are really bad. They are really uh, not great attacking wise. They just seems to not have the chances to score. Um, Thanks for info, like and subscribe. Thank you so much, FPL Macam. It really means a lot. Um, Only because Murphy is a midfielder, so if he scores, he gets more points. Uh, yeah, Murphy's gonna get more points if he's gonna score. He's gonna get clean sheet points. Now, obviously, I don't think that Newcastle. I mean, they could keep some clean sheets, maybe one against Man United and Crystal Palace, but the chances are not that high, to be honest. But also Mateta is on penalties, so I know that the fixtures for Mateta are not as good as for Newcastle, Manchester City away and Newcastle away, but he has a big advantage that he's on penalties. He's a number 9. He's gonna get more chances to score, I think, than Murphy. Now, obviously, Murphy just scored the double, so I really can't disagree with you. But it's not. I just think that I am a Murphy owner, and I think that I was a little bit lucky for Murphy to score 2 goals in the last game week. I mean, one goal was really funny. Um, Now, yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen every game week, but if you wanna triple captain Murphy, that's also a really good decision. I'm not arguing with it. I just think that maybe if I was you, I would just captain Mateta. Uh, Bowen, Belmo, or Saka, pick two. Uh, I would start Bowen and Mbeumo, I think, in that case, just because I think that Saka is not gonna start. Now, I could be really wrong about this, but that's how I would um uh, that's how I would do the decision. If I had Saka in my team, I would bench him. I think that's just my opinion that he's gonna be benched now. Obviously, as I said before, I could be totally wrong, but yeah, Mbeumo and Bowen also are two penalty takers, so I think that I would just go with them. I have the money to Martinez, but I don't know. I feel bench boost away from home, Stupinian and Stels. Uh, yeah, that's also a viable option. If you have the money to go for someone like Stupinian, he could be a great shout. Uh, yeah, I mean, I like Martinez and I like Verbruggen, honestly, because the fixtures are just great for them. But you can go for someone like Sales. Nottingham Forest are a better defense. Yeah, mm, and Yeah, as I said before, Brighton. You need to target Brighton players, Villa players, maybe Nottingham Forest players. You can go for uh, something like Milenkovic and Verbruggen if you really want to, but I think that's okay. Now, I don't know. Maybe if I was you, I would just buy a goalkeeper from Brighton and a defender from Brighton, just double up, try to take advantage of that fixture, but you could split the risk a little bit. It's nothing wrong with that. If I bench boost 33, then I take a -4, and the bench would be Martinez, Bradley, Murphy, Livramento. I'm not massively convinced by that, and I also prefer to save the hit, so I want to do it in 32 thoughts. Um, yeah, I mean, the only thing I don't really like is that you're gonna have some doubts about Saka starting, but obviously I think that he's gonna get some minutes even if he's not gonna start, and he could do damage from the bench. We saw that. Enury, I don't know if Enury is gonna keep a clean sheet against Spurs, but that's a possibility too. Uh, Now, if you're gonna bench boost 33, you're gonna need to take a -4. Your bench will be Martinez, Bradley, Murphy, Livramento. Yeah, I don't really like Murphy and Livramento honestly on the bench boost. Uh, I like Bradley and Martinez. Fair enough. Yeah. Canon Folder, thank you so much for joining the stream. Also, MJ, thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate it. How are you? Good morning, everyone. Um, Hello. Would you suggest Gordon to Murphy Asensio this week? Now, uh, that's another discussion we can make. Obviously, if I was to buy someone like Gordon, I would just avoid at the moment because he is a doubt for this game. He trained a little bit this week, but at the press conference we found out that he's gonna be assessed. So I don't know if Gordon is gonna start in the first game against Man United at home. So it's a really easy decision to not buy Gordon. But if you're having him, that's a little bit trickier. Let me just say it like that. Um, it really depends. I try to put myself in your position. I'm not really sure if I would sell him though. Um, is it Murphy such a better pick than Gordon? That's the only problem because of the concern of the injury. So if you can guarantee me that Gordon is gonna start against Crystal Palace at home and get 30, 40 minutes against Man United at home, let's say, I would just not sell Gordon. Now it really depends what you think also, because I can't really predict how many minutes Gordon is gonna get. Um, but yeah, if you just want to be safe, just go for someone like Murphy. Now, uh, I wouldn't sell Gordon to Asensio. I think if you want to sell Gordon, I would just sell him for another double gaming player. So if you don't have already three players from Crystal Palace, I would just buy someone like Eze or Sar or Murphy. That's what I would do. Thank you for answering. I may also bench boost later, like in 36. Uh, yeah, I mean, as long as you're as much as you're delaying your bench boost, it's gonna be a little bit tougher because maybe you just wildcarded like a lot of people in the recent weeks 30, 31, 32, uh, and some injuries may happen in the future. You really just need to ask you the question, when is your bench gonna be better and how much of a risk that is, because I'm open to delay my bench boost for another game week. I think that I hope that at least I'm gonna be fine and let's say not three of my players are gonna get injured this weekend. But if you're gonna bench boosting game week 36, 37, let's say, yeah, you it really depends how many free transfers you have, how many hits you want to do. Uh, but obviously that could work out. So if there's a week when you really have a nice bench, uh I think that you should just use it. um yeah. Hi, Sideman. Shores, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. 17 likes already. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, if you're new, consider subscribing. Please let me know if you enjoy my content, if you want to see something different. I'm really open to trying different things. Who should I start? Konsa, Nico Williams, Milenkovic. I wouldn't start Konsa just purely because of the risk. I wouldn't want to wait to see if Konsa is gonna be starting or not, or if Konsa is not gonna start, there are the chances he's gonna came in for 10 minutes or something like that. So I wouldn't take that risk. Now with Nico Williams and Milenkovic, both of them have attacking threat. Now Nico Williams is more likely to get you an assist. Milenkovic more likely to get you a goal. Uh, yeah, that's really tough on who to start. I think that I would go for Nico Williams if he was in my team, just because I think that he's more likely to get an assist than Milenkovic a goal, but who knows? Is Foden fit? No. So what we found out yesterday evening is that Pep Guardiola said that Foden is a doubt, but the good thing is probably we're gonna get some leaks before because Manchester City Crystal Palace is the early kickoff. So probably we're gonna get some leaks if Foden is gonna start. So if you wanna make sure, just wait a little bit more till the deadline is approaching, and if there are gonna be some news, I'm gonna let you know. Now, from my point of view, Guardiola said that Foden is a doubt for this gaming, so I think that probably he's not gonna start. But yeah, if we're gonna find out anything, I'm gonna let you know, guys. Hi, Jake Rodnicki. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really means a lot to me. Bench boost 32. Got Gordon and Gabriel, two free transfers, zero point 0.1 in the bank. Now it really depends. Do you have three players from Crystal Palace, Jake? Because if not, I would just sell Gordon to Eze or Sar. Now, uh, with Gabriel, if you want a bench boost 32, I would just go for a Brighton defender, a Nottingham Forest defender. I think that I would go for. You can even go for someone like Saliba if you want to, because if you don't have already three players from Arsenal, because they are gonna be useful for you in Game Week 33. So you could do Gabriel to Saliba and Gordon to Eze or something like that. Or if you want to take a punt, you could go for someone like Asensio. I think that Asensio is gonna start for Aston Villa against Southampton. That could be an option, but it really depends. Uh, what strategy you are on, if you're gonna fit in gaming 33 or in gaming 34. Got three palace already. Okay, so that's solved that question. Now uh, if you're not gonna treat or something like that in gaming 33, I still think that double Arsenal defense is viable. If you want to go safe, I would just go for Saliba if you have the money to do that. Now I don't know if you have the money to do Gordon to Asensio also. I think that could be a great option for this week. Hi Thomas Soto, thank you so much for joining the stream. It really means a lot to me. How are you doing? And good morning. Would you start Guardiol or Nico Williams? Personally, I would just start Guardiol, but that's maybe just my opinion. Uh, Both of them are maybe Guardiol could be a better attacking threat if he's gonna start at left back, and Kusanov is gonna get back into the starting 11 for Manchester City. Um, he's better for bonus. Now, yeah, Crystal Palace are a better team attacking wise than Everton, I think. But I would just start Guardiola, honestly. Hi Denis, would you bench Saka or Savinho? Honestly, I would just bench Saka, to be honest with you. Now, Thomas, maybe we're gonna get some early team news in 1 hour or something like that from Manchester City because they are playing first. So if you really want to, and if you can wait, obviously, I'm gonna let you know if we find out that Savinho is gonna start, and in that case, I would just start Savinho. Now, personally, also before knowing any team news, I would just start Savinho because I think that he's gonna start. He didn't play any minutes in the last game week, so I just think that he's gonna start now. And with Saka, yeah, my opinion is that he's gonna be benched, but I could be obviously wrong. Now, guys, if you don't mind, I just wanna show you my how my team would look like. So if I decide, I have two free transfers at the moment. If I decide to bench boost in game week uh, 32, this game week, let's say, I'm gonna need to buy a defender at 6.1 millions. So let's say I'm just gonna buy, um, let me see. So I can't afford Saliba. Let's say a Brighton defender. So Estupinian, for example. Now this would be my bench, my bench boost. Martinez against Southampton away, Savinho Crystal Palace at home, Konate against West Ham at home. I think that's a decent fixture. And the Stupinian against Leicester at home. That's honestly, it's looking really great now that I see it. So keep in mind Martinez, Savinho, Konate, Stupinian, and if we turn back a little bit, if we go to gaming 33, I'm gonna have three players from Palace, three players from City. Um, I will need to add, obviously, Saka if he's gonna be fit. I'm gonna sell Palmer to Saka. I'm gonna sell Gabriel to. I don't know if I will afford Saliba, but for example, let's say now it's gonna be Kivior. So three players from Arsenal and just one from Aston Villa at the moment, and I'm gonna have just one free available. So I really need to decide if I wanna take a hit to do that. Now, what I would buy here, I would have the cash to buy a 6.7 midfielder, so I could go for Asensio. I could go for exactly go for Rashford, for example. But probably I will end up on Rogers, to be honest with you. Now, if we make the transfers and we click optimize, uh, obviously, let's say Rashford is gonna be someone like um, Rogers or something like that. So let's just put um, him in the starting 11 because he's gonna have a double gaming. So I'm gonna have 11 double gaming players, and my single gaming players are gonna be Konate, Salah, Isak, and Livramento. Okay, let's just put maybe Isak here instead of Salah. So okay, because Salah is gonna play against Leicester away. Now this would be my bench boost. Martinez the same as before, but with two fixtures, two bad fixtures. Honestly, I don't think that he's gonna keep a clean sheet in those. Konate against Leicester, which is a better fixture than Gaming 32 against West Ham at home. So till now the bench boost is better from here. Now there I had Savinho against Crystal Palace at home. Here I'm gonna have Isak against Aston Villa away, which is great I think, and maybe a little bit better. And I had also a Stupinian against Leicester versus Livramento against Aston Villa away. Now this is the only downside I think, Livramento on the bench boost, but honestly I just think that bench boost 33 is looking a little bit better. And also I'm gonna have another picture with Martinez here. So yeah, but guys, please let me know what do you think, which bench is looking better at the moment. Thanks, man. No problem, Moto. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Hi, Jay. Sorry for not answering. I was just presenting my strategy. Thank you so much for joining the stream. It really means a lot. Transfer Murphy in for Gordon or Roll. I mean, it really depends. Uh, Again, if you have three players from Crystal Palace, uh, or if you really want to be safe, I would just do it. Honestly, it's a tricky decision to ask because you already have Gordon. So, is it really worth a transfer to just to do Gordon to Murphy? I don't know. Do you are you gonna free it in Gaming 34? Now, yeah, if you wanna be safe, I would just do it. Uh, but if I try to put me in your place, obviously it's hard because I don't know all your team how it's looking, your chip strategy. Okay, so you have Triple Palace in Newcastle already. Um, yeah, so your only option basically is to sell Gordon to another Newcastle midfielder. Yeah, I would definitely not buy someone like Barnes. You're not free hitting 34. Now, if you're not free hitting 34, that's the thing again. Newcastle, I think they are gonna play against Leicester in Gaming 34, and probably for this fixture, um, Gordon is gonna be available, right? So in that case, I think that I would be tempted to just roll and keep Gordon because yeah, maybe he's not gonna start against Man United at home. Uh, but if he's gonna start at least against Crystal Palace at home, I think that's okay. And then you're gonna have Gordon for Gaming 34 when everyone is gonna have Murphy. I think that is a much better pick for that game week in particular. Now, obviously, I could be wrong. Maybe Gordon is not gonna um, be ready to play so soon as we expect him to be. But honestly, I just think that when Gordon is gonna be fit, he's the first choice left winger from for Newcastle. So we know that, and I think that he's just gonna go straight into that starting 11. Okay, so a lot of people are triple captaining in Game Week 32. Thank you so much, guys, for showing the support on this stream. It really means a lot. Now about my strategy, what do you think is the best option for me? Bench boost 32 or 33? I'm leaning towards slightly towards gaming 33 to be honest with you. No problem, Jay. I thank you so much for being here. Hopefully I've been helpful for you a little bit to you. Um, just because you don't have your feet in 34, I think that I would just keep Gordon because I would be really tempted to have him for that fixture against Leicester, but that's just my opinion now. Hopefully, that's gonna be helpful for you. Now, are any of you guys using their assistant manager chip or something like that? Maybe we could talk a little bit about that also. With Isak, are you confident Isak is gonna start both games? I don't know. Now, guys, probably we're gonna get some Manchester City leaks before deadline. So if you want to remain here, I'm gonna let you know if we find something. Now, At the moment, my rank is 3,500, which is great. Hopefully, I could boost it a little bit in the next game weeks. I'm gonna use three chips in Gameweek 32, 33, 34. So my bench boost, my triple captain, and my fleet. Hopefully, I can gain some rank. Now, how amazing would be that? Um, okay. Also, are you tempted to captain Mohamed Salah after he just announced his renewal um, for Liverpool? Or that's just too much? Personally, I wouldn't just captain Salah just because he renewed his contract, but yeah, I expect him to do really good in the next game weeks. I mean, I know he blanked a lot in the recent weeks, but he's gonna be back at some point. He's gonna score, or at least he's gonna get some penalties. So now I need to think also uh, which goalkeeper to pick. I was really tempted to start Martinez. Now I'm just closely leaning towards Raya. I don't know if I'm making a mistake here. Obviously, the better fixture is Southampton. The better defense is Arsenal. It's not a straightforward decision. Let me just say it like that. But yeah, what would you do in my team? Would you change something? Would you play maybe Savinio instead of my starting players? Would you play Konate instead of Guardiol? Please let me know if you have other opinions. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream again. Maybe I'm saying it too much, but I really appreciate and I really want you to know that I really appreciate you guys for turning up this early to join my stream. It really means a lot, obviously, to get support for what I do. I just try to help with my advices. Obviously, I'm not an expert or something like that, but I really enjoy trying to debate with you. Let's say um, which are the best options for everyone, which are the best strategy options for your personal team, because it's really different. When you ask a question, it's not that straightforward because it really depends on everyone team, obviously. Um, okay, so let's move again to the team planner um, to see. So this is my team currently for this gaming, and here it also recommends me to play Raya instead of Martinez. But as you can see, the points predictions are really close between them: 4.4 for Raya and 4.2 for Martinez. If Martinez was playing at home, maybe that would put me slightly more sure about playing him. But considering it's away, I don't know. I know it's Southampton. I know that they are relegated. Uh, who knows? Maybe both Ryan and Martinez are gonna concede this game, and that would uh, help us all, or not at all. Now, if you're looking here, somebody asked before also about who to triple captain, Murphy or Mateta, and I just said that my personal opinion was that Mateta was a better pick. Also on this app, they are predicting Mateta to score more points than Murphy. So the high scorer players are Isak, Mateta, Sar, Murphy for my team. Mohamed Salah also a single gaming player against West Ham at home. He's predicted to score 8.6. So who knows? Maybe this is the week when Salah turns up, but you just can't know that. I'm predicted to score 99.4 points. So that's not bad. Maybe we can hit 100. That would be amazing. Uh, I don't know if I put my okay. My vice captain is okay. Hi, Dumisani Muel. Thank you so much for joining the stream. It really means a lot. Um, who would you bench, Sar or Eze? My midfield has Palmer, Salah, Murphy. I don't want to bench any of them because they have a better fixture. I'm playing triple captain on Isak. Now, how is your forward line looking? Because so yeah, probably you have Isak, Mateta, and Marmoush, right? And you don't know which players to bench. Now between Sar and Eze, I would just play Sar because he's a safer pick. He's on some set pieces. He could be on penalties when Mateta is not gonna be on the pitch. So if that's the question between Sar and Eze, I would lean slightly on playing Eze, but honestly, you just can't bench Sar and Eze. You need to play both. You need to find a way to play both. Honestly, with the double gamings, so Sar, Eze, Palmer, Salah. Uh, you should be able to play all of those players. You also have Murphy. Yeah. Um, if you really want to sacrifice one player, I think that it should be Palmer. I know it's not really a thing I want to do, but I just, in my opinion, I just think that you can't bench any one of Sar and Eze. You need to play both of them, so you need to sacrifice one of Palmer and Salah. If you can't sacrifice a forward, let's say. Hi Sports Express, thank you so much for joining the stream. Gibbs White to Sar for a hit. I mean, I think that's worth it because also because Sar is gonna have back-to-back double gaming. So even if it's not gonna be worth the points this gaming in 32, I think that it's gonna be really worth the points. Just from the appearance points, Sar is gonna play 4 games in the next 2 gamings, and Gibbs White is gonna play just 2. So yeah, I would do that move for a hit. You can even go for someone like Eze if you have the money, but yeah, Sports Express, I think that's not a no-brainer because obviously you're taking a hit, but I would just do it. I know Gibbs White has a decent fixture this week against Everton, and Nottingham Forest fixtures are okay till the end of the season from an attacking perspective. But I just think that Sar is the more explosive player. He's gonna have back-to-back double game weeks, although are not great the fixtures. I would do it personally, but obviously it's your team and you need to decide that for yourself. Um, Hi Elikar FC, thank you so much for joining the stream. If you guys are new to this channel, please consider leaving a like, subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this content. It really means a lot, and thanks again for showing up and for showing the support. Morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much. Good morning to you also. Denis, what are your thoughts on Saka starting? Do you think it's sensible to go for Trossard instead? Honestly, I think that Trossard is gonna start. I mean, it's not a guaranteed, it's not 100% or something like that. If I was to bet, I would say that Arsenal are gonna start with uh, Sterling, Trossard, and Wanieri, the starting front three. Now, that's just my opinion. It could be really wrong. Saka could start. It's not impossible. I just think that, I don't know. Obviously, they could win the game without Bukayo Saka. And also, if they really need a goal, they could just bring him in for 30 minutes or for the second half. Now, if you're happy to get 45 minutes or something like that from Bukayo Saka, you could play him. But personally, I just think that he's not gonna start from the first minute. Uh, I just don't see the point of risking him. But honestly, he could just start and play 60 minutes and then be subbed off. Uh, but yeah, those are my thoughts on Saka. Now, I don't know. It's really tough. If I had Saka in my team, I would just bench him um, to avoid the risk. But obviously, it's easy for me to say that I would bench Saka, although because I don't have Saka in my team, so it's easy to me for me to say that. Now, yeah, if you have a really good player to play instead of Saka, I think that that's really okay. It's not a problem. Okay, so let's see if we have any news. And yeah, the thing is, I like someone like Trossard. Obviously, you can't guarantee all the minutes for the future for Trossard, but for this fixture in particular, I think that he's gonna start. Uh, it's not a guaranteed, but I would be 90% sure he's going to start against Brentford. But yeah, I had Kolsawala. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. How are you? And good morning. Saka or Hudson Odoi play. Uh, that's tough. I mean, let me just check. Um, just a second. Probably I would just start Hudson Odoi, honestly, but uh, yeah, it doesn't feel great to bench someone like Saka for Hudson Odoi, to be honest with you. But I think that I would do it. As I said before, I'm gonna maintain my opinion. If I had Saka in my team, probably I would try to bench him if possible. Now, again, guys, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I just think that Saka's minutes are gonna be managed a little bit because he just came back from an injury. He didn't really start. He just started the Real Madrid game in the midweek. Besides that, he was on the bench for all the games for Arsenal. So I don't know if there's no point in Arsenal risking Saka's fitness with so many crucial games to go for Arsenal this season. Let's say they are gonna go through the semi-final of the Champions League. I just think that they will want to have Saka at full fitness and in the best possible form. So yeah. Also knowing now who started for Villa against PSG, who do you think is most likely to start? Rogers, Asensio, Rashford. Asensio, I think that he's the most likely player to start. If we just a second, if we go, I'm gonna try to show you the prediction, and obviously I agree with that prediction. If we go here to villain, is he's obviously just a fan, but he's the most reliable uh, fan who's making predictions about Aston Villa, and usually he's right. Now, obviously, this game is different because they're gonna play against Southampton, and this time is gonna be a heavily rotated side from Aston Villa. But I think that, hmm, as you can see here, this is closer you can get to the predicted lineup from Aston Villa. So I think that Watkins is gonna start if he is fit. I don't know exactly if he has any more injury problems, but he didn't start against PSG in the Champions League. So if you have Watkins, I would play him 100%. Asensio didn't play. I think that he's gonna start also. Now, yeah, I'm not saying you should buy someone like Mullen just for this fixture, but these are the predictions. As you can see, Rogers is not here. Probably the chances of Rogers starting are pretty much 15%. 50, sorry, not 15. So it's 50-50 with Rogers. The same with Konsa. Uh, yeah, these are the predictions, and I pretty much agree with this. Uh, Now, obviously, Rashford starting in the PSG game, it doesn't really mean that he can't start again because they could just start Rashford against Southampton, and in the second leg against PSG, maybe uh, try to change things a little bit and just start Watkins there. So that could be an option, but yeah. Um, Thanks. No problem, Ahad. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Juntao and Walter next. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the stream. It really means a lot. If you're new, guys, on the stream, you just discovered this channel. Please consider leaving a like, subscribe if you enjoy this content, and if you want to see more, it really means a lot to me. But yeah, morning, mate. Good morning to you. Two decisions. One, start Guardiol or Konsa. I would start Guardiol, no doubt about that. I think that also maybe probably we're gonna get some team news for Manchester City. So if you wanna stay on the stream closer to the deadline, maybe we're gonna get that confirmation that Guardiola is gonna start. I predict him to start, obviously. About Konsa, as you can see from the screen, it's a 50-50. If you have someone like Guardiola, I would just start him ahead of Konsa. That's for sure. That's an easy question, and start Saka or Rogers probably is the toughest question you can get uh, this game week. So I think that I would start Saka, honestly, although it could go totally wrong. I mean, if you make the bad the right decision, could be amazing. Let's say if one of Rogers or Saka is gonna start. Now, obviously, you can't really go wrong because nobody can predict if Rogers and Saka is gonna start, right? I mean, we can predict, but nobody can guarantee. So, from my point of view, I, I just think that Rogers is gonna be rested against Southampton. He played so many minutes in the this season. He maybe you could say that he's gonna play also against Southampton. But I just think that if there was a game this season uh, for Emery to rest Rogers, is just gonna be this game against Southampton. I just think that this is how it's going to be, and in that case, I would start Saka. But honestly, um, yeah, that's what I would do if I had that decision to make for my team. Hopefully, that helps a little bit. And Walter, start Milenkovic or Guardiol. Uh, Again, I would start Guardiol. That's just purely my opinion. Now, obviously, Milenkovic has also some attacking threat, and Nottingham Forest have the better fixture against Everton at home. But I just think that, yeah, I would start. I would start Guardiol honestly. Uh, Hopefully for you, if you're gonna start Guardiol, obviously, hopefully he's gonna play left back. So Kusanov probably, hopefully, he's gonna be back in the team. So Guardiol can get into more attacking positions. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would just start Guardiol. Hi Radu Christian, thank you so much for joining the stream. Saka will sit on my bench, just can't see him starting. Yeah, that's the same opinion as me. I just don't see the point in them starting Saka. I know they still have theoretically a chance to win the Premier League, but if they were to win the Premier League and to win against Brentford, they could do so without Saka starting, I think. And if they really need a goal, they could just bring him in for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So yeah, the most important thing for Arsenal and Arteta, I think, is just to try to keep Saka fit as much as possible for the next games. And congrats, Radu, on your overall rank. That's just amazing. So, as you can see, guys, my subscribers and my followers are having amazing ranks. Now, obviously, that's not because of me, but Radu is sitting 700 in the world. I really hope that at some point I could get that 3 digits uh, on my overall rank. That would be amazing. Top 500, I'm coming. Yeah, I mean, I think that you still have some chips available to play, so the chances are you're just gonna go higher and higher. And yeah, thanks for joining the stream. Good luck this game week. Hi Vukek. Thank you so much for joining the stream. It really means a lot. Leave a like, guys, if you enjoyed this stream. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my content. And thanks again for turning up and showing support. I have Nico Williams currently on the bench. Should I sub him in for Guardiol or Savinho? Um, yeah, that's not an easy decision, but as other people asked me, I would just start Guardiol honestly. Uh, I think that that's just what I would do. I would start Guardiol instead of my Nottingham Forest defenders. Maybe that's a really bad decision, but that's just my opinion. Uh, I just think that Guardiol is a little bit more attacking than those Nottingham Forest defenders. Now, obviously, it could just happen for Nottingham Forest to have 2 corners and Milenkovic to score 2 headers, but the chances for that to happen are not that high. But yeah, it could happen. I had Milenkovic in my team when he scored and got an assist. So I was on that part when uh, I was a little bit lucky, obviously. But yeah, 700 in the world is crazy. Yeah, respect. Okay, how much we have? We have another hour to go till the deadline. So about Aston Villa, guys, hopefully I no problem, Vukak. Thank you so much for joining the stream now. I don't know if I really helped you. I just shared my opinion, okay? So, uh, hopefully, if that's not gonna go your way, hopefully you're not gonna be against me because I just try to share my opinion. I would just play Guardiola instead of Nico Williams. Maybe that tied up to the price of Guardiola being a premium defender and Nico Williams a really cheap one. but I just think that's what I would do. As you can see in my team currently, I'm playing Guardiol instead of Konate. Maybe Konate from Liverpool with a higher chance of getting a clean sheet. Uh, that's really not a really easy decision for me to make, but I'm just leaning towards Guardiol at the moment. Also, guys, would you play Konate instead of Guardiol? Would you play Martinez instead of Raya? What would you do in my team? Or would you try to find a way to play Savinho now? Probably we're gonna get a leak, and I'm pretty confident Savinho is gonna start against Crystal Palace at home, and that would be really annoying for Savinho to score big points and for him to be on my bench. But honestly, I just don't wanna. Obviously, I'm not gonna play Savinho instead of Mohamed Salah. I'm not gonna play him instead of Murphy or Isak or Marmoush, Isak Mateta. That's for sure. And yeah, the only possible choice would be to try to play Savinho instead of Palmer, but that really sounds crazy to say it out loud. To bench Palmer against Ipswich at home, who's on penalties and who's pretty much the best player from Chelsea. Uh, Radu, if I remember well, you're a Chelsea fan. So, what do you think? Is Palmer going to start this game week? Because I really could use some information and some assurance in this case. You play UCL Fantasy? No, I didn't play uh, UEFA Champions League Fantasy. Now, maybe next year. I just concentrated on Fantasy Premier League at the moment, but who knows? Maybe in the future I will try to play more fantasy games. Now, at the moment, my time is pretty much limited, and I want to try to focus as much as possible on my Fantasy Premier League content. But yeah, maybe in the future. Okay, no news already. Obviously, it's still pretty early. Um, Clivert is also doubt. Really, really frustrating for those who have Clivert and kept him through all these fixtures. I know it's really frustrating. Now I wildcarded in Gaming 30 and got rid of him. That was that worked out really well for me. Yeah. Um, Hi, I don't know. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Yo, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing really good. Drinking my coffee, enjoying my 3K rank till it is until I get some red arrows and go back to 10K or something like that. So at the moment, really enjoying my FPL life. Hi mate, I'm gonna go. Gonna triple captain Mateta. And another question: is it worth a 4 point hit for Huisen to burn? Uh, Bournemouth are playing Fulham, right? Yeah, they are playing on Monday. Um, I think that it's worth a hit. It's it's not amazing, but if you think it like that, it's pretty much worth a hit just because with if you're gonna buy Burn, at least he's gonna get those appearance points. So you're gonna be just -2 theoretically into the heat. Now, if obviously if Huijsen is gonna keep a clean sheet, that's not gonna be great for you, but the chances are not that high, I would say, because they play against Fulham, who are playing really well at the moment. Now, Newcastle could keep a clean sheet against Man United or Crystal Palace. I think that the chances are okay for them to keep at least one clean sheet. They could obviously concede in both of the games, but I think that it's worth the hit. Yeah, I don't know. I was just kidding. Obviously, 10k it's a great rank, but uh, as you may know, if you're at the if your rank is 3k or something like that, you always want more. Now, obviously, I'm really happy with my rank. Also, top 100k. It's a great rank. It's not so easy to be there. But yeah, hi Akudi, Akud. Sorry, Akudi like. No, Akudike, thank you so much for joining the stream. In your opinion, can the triple captainship be played any other times aside this week? Yeah, obviously. I would also argue that Bukayo Saka in Gaming 33 it's a better triple captain option than Isak. Now, obviously, that could change. But and also my plan is to bench boost in Gaming 33, so that's why I'm not considering triple captaining Bukayo Saka. So yeah, Saka and Marmoush are great options in Gaming 33 if you want to use that, or if you want to wait, there could also be a double gaming in Gaming 36 when Manchester City maybe are gonna have a great double gaming against Southampton and another really not so great team. So you could wait, but that's not a guarantee that we're gonna get more double gamings. It really depends on the FA Cup results, but yeah, you don't really need to triple captain Isak if you just don't know if Isak is gonna start both games or you have some concerns over his fitness, then yeah, you don't need to. You have other alternatives to triple captain in the future games. That's for sure. Are you on triple captain this week? Yeah, my triple captain is active this week. I just want to get it out of the way. I think that Isak is fine. For as we know, he just trained all week. He blanked against Leicester last gaming, but that doesn't mean uh, nothing. They were 3-0 up, so that's why he they took him off. Now, as I said before, my plan is to triple captain this week because I'm gonna bench boost in 33 and use my free in gaming 34. So that was my plan all along. Now, yeah, there are other options to use your triple captain. I think with Palmer, Chelsea already have a 3-0 advantage in the Conference League and need to prioritize. Yeah, but that's the thing. Uh, they had also. I really don't get it why Palmer was benched in the last game week, and that's not just because I have him in my team. I really don't get it. I know he wasn't in the best form of his life, but honestly, uh, Chelsea are fighting for top four, top five, how you want to say it, but um, sorry, just a blank thought. So Chelsea are fighting for top four, top five. So I really don't get why he was benched in the last game week. But yeah, hopefully this game week he's gonna start. I just can't see a reason why he wouldn't start against Ipswich at home. They are gonna go through in the Conference League with or without Palmer playing. That's what I think. Shall I start Savinho or Saka? Now I would start Savinho honestly, but if you can stay on the stream, maybe we're gonna get a leak that Savinho is gonna start, and that would be an easier decision for you to make. 24 likes. Thank you so much, guys, for turning up. Consider leaving a like if you're new. Subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this content, and yeah, thanks again for the big support you're showing me and being here on the stream. So Max edits. Uh, sorry, Yasin Busaba, thank you so much for joining the stream. It really means a lot. Rogers to Asensio and Mitoma to Murphy with a -4. Uh, now, I would like for you to try to write down your strategy because it really depends. If you if you're not free hitting in gaming 33 or something like that, I don't see a reason to just sell Rogers to buy Asensio because Rogers is gonna be maybe a better pick than Asensio for gaming 33. So I just wouldn't do that just because Rogers maybe is gonna be benched this gaming. Uh, Mitoma to Murphy, probably I would do that because Mitoma is an injury doubt, so we don't know if Mitoma is gonna start. I would do that transfer. Maybe you could do Mitoma to Asensio if you really want to have Asensio to have two Aston Villa midfielders for Game Week 33. That could be a great opportunity. But Rogers to Asensio for -4, I don't know if I would do that. I need to get some news on Saka, but what if Saka doesn't play? If Madrid make a comeback, I swear that will be annoying. I'm gonna bench boost next week. I mean, obviously, Real Madrid could make a comeback, but I just the chances are Arsenal are just gonna go through. Maybe they are gonna. And the thing is with Saka, I think that he's. I said it a lot on this stream. Maybe sorry for being annoying, but I think that Saka is not gonna be starting against Brentford. But after that, he's gonna get some minutes for sure. Would you start Konsa or Guardiol? I would start Guardiol for sure. I don't know. Because yeah, I just wouldn't risk starting Konsa and maybe for him to be on the bench and then came in for a 10 for 10 minutes or something like that. So I would just go safe with Guardiol. Also, if we get the news that Guardiol is starting, that's an easy decision. Hi Hemi, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really means a lot. Hey mate, my team is Sales, Sa, Munoz Milenkovic, Livramento, Timber, Nico Williams, Sarsala, Palmerson, okay, Isaac Mateta, Marmouche, like everyone else. I was wondering if I should bench boost this week or next. Now, is your team gonna be better for Gaming 33? Now you're gonna have on your bench Timber, let's say, uh, Timber and Milenkovic. You have Son also, who's I don't know. Maybe next week you could get Saka and maybe sell someone like Son. I mean, your bench is not bad this gaming, but you're gonna have Jose against Tottenham, Timber, who's a rotation risk, and we don't know if he's gonna start. Nico Williams and Milenkovic are fine. Salah, Palmer, Murphy, Sagmateta, Marmush are fine. Now it really depends how many free transfers you have. If you can get to someone like Saka next game week, uh, yeah, the thing is you have three players from Nottingham Forest, so maybe for you they have the better fixture in gaming 32 Nottingham Forest, so they are not going to be as good in gaming 33. uh, yeah, depending on how many transfers you have, uh, you should make some and maybe just use your bench boost in 32, considering you have three players from Forest. If not, I was wondering, would you play Son or Marmoush this week? I would play Marmoush, I think. With Son, he's just not getting 90 minutes every game week. We don't know even if he's gonna start this game week. And yeah, with Marmoush, pretty much we know he's the main man for Man City, in attack at least. He could be on penalties. I would just start Marmoush. Hi Fabian, Markham, and Greg, man. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Leave a like if you're new on this stream. Subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this content and you want to see more. But yeah, thanks for the support. Hi, I've got Raya. Shall I play Saliba or Disasi and hope he starts? I mean, I would play Saliba honestly and just ignore. If we go here to see, this is a prediction from a really reliable source. I mean, he's just a fan of Aston Villa, but pretty much usually he's right. As you can see here, he doesn't have Disasi starting. Now, obviously, he could start instead of Konsa, so one of them probably is gonna start. But I would just go safe with Saliba, honestly. I think that Arsenal is still a great defense, and having a double up, it was really unlucky for me and for those who had Arsenal players in the last two game weeks. They conceded in the last minute 2 game weeks ago, and also from a penalty, which was never a penalty last game week against Everton. So pretty unlucky, but yeah, no problem, Hammy. Thank you so much for joining the stream. So yeah, I would play Saliba. Honestly, now that's what I would do if that was my team, Fabian. And Greg, two questions: play Saliba or Guardiol? Okay, so this question feels like last last gaming. Now, yeah, it's a really tough question because it could backfire so easily. I think that both of them are great options. I think that Arsenal have the better chance of keeping a clean sheet as usual. Now, hopefully, they are gonna get that clean sheet at some point. Guardiol is maybe a more attacking defender, although I think that Arsenal from set pieces, Saliba could be the guy to score. Now Gabriel is out, so Saliba is going to be pretty much the main man from corners, the main target. Uh, Still, Guardiola is a little bit more attacking, but I think that Crystal Palace are obviously a little bit better team attacking wise than Brentford. Let's just say it like that. And City are not as good a defense as um, Arsenal. I think that I would play slightly Saliba uh, instead of Guardiola. Yeah, you have Raya, okay. If you have Raya and maybe you just want to spread the risk a little bit, you could go Guardiol. But if we go a comparison, Saliba versus Guardiol, I think that slightly I would lean Saliba, although it's really really close. And you need to have some luck with this decision. Uh, so yeah, who to play, Saka or Rogers? Okay, so the toughest question, two of the toughest questions from Greg Man. I said it before. My When I got asked this question, my opinion is that I would start Saka. I think between Rogers and Saka, although I think that both of them are gonna be benched. To be honest with you, so then it really depends which players you want to have for 30 minutes or something like that. And in that case, I would pick someone like Saka. That's my thinking process in this debate. But it's yeah, I got a feeling Salah will haul. He loves West Ham at home. Yeah, and Salah also just renewed his contract with Liverpool. Uh, I also think that Salah is gonna get something this gaming. Now I said that a lot in the last gamings, but at some point, guys, let's be real. Salah is gonna score at some point. Maybe he's gonna get some penalties. Maybe he's gonna get some assists. But West Ham at home, it's a great fixture for Liverpool. They just lost to Fulham, so they need to wrap up that league basically. So yeah, we could see some goals from Liverpool. I think this game week. Thanks for the advice. No problem, Hammy. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Dumisani, would you bench Marmoush to play both Eze and Sar because of their doubles? Yeah, uh, I would definitely play Sar and Eze. That's for sure. If that was my team, Dumisani, I would try to find a way to play Eze and Sar, both of them. You need to find a way. They just have more fixtures. And obviously, I think that Marmoush is a great option, but still, I would take the double fixtures. Now, if you need to bench Marmoush, that's it. But yeah, if you have other player to bench, you could bench Palmer if you want. Now, Radu Christian, I don't know if you were here when I asked the question. I think that you're a Chelsea fan, right? So, what's your opinion on Palmer? Is he gonna start finally against Ipswich at home? Because I could really use some assurance. No problem, Fabian. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Akudil Akudike, thanks for answering. No problem. I'm gonna triple captain this week and see what happens. Good luck. Good luck to everyone who's using their triple captain, their bench boost. Hopefully, you're gonna get some green arrows. Thanks for the advice. An easier question then. I can only start one out of Rogers, Saka, Nico Williams, or Guardiola. Okay, so I think that in obviously this is just my opinion that Rogers and Saka are gonna be benched. So it could go totally wrong, but if this was my team, I would just start Guardiola. I think in that case, just because I would want to be more safe about if I pick a player, I want him to start. So I don't want to take such a big risk on Rogers and Saka, but yeah, obviously Rogers Saka could be on the bench, came in and score a hat trick. That's a possibility, but uh, you get me. I would just start Guardiola. I think in that case he will. Maresca said a substitution versus Legia was a decision made before the game. It kind of makes sense. Why would you sub him? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I I know that he was planned to just play one half against Legia. Now, I think that Chelsea uh, could have done without Palmer in that game, honestly. But yeah, I don't know really why was he on the bench against Brentford, but I think that he's gonna start against Ipswich. That's my opinion too. Hi Muhammad Arham, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Konsa, Vardiol, Saliba, Saka, Foden start two defenders or one defender and one midfielder. Start just two. Okay, so Konsa I would not start. Konsa and Foden are doubts for this gaming, so I would avoid them. Only if we get a leak before the deadline that Foden is starting, then I would start Foden. Saka is also some doubt now. I would start Guardiol and Saliba, I think, from those five. Although it doesn't feel great to bench Saka and Foden, but I just don't know if they are gonna start. I put my money on a front four of Neto, Palmer, Noni, and Jackson. Hopefully everyone gets something. Hi Hashiraktar, thank you so much for joining the stream. How are you? Good morning. I think they just wanted him to score some versus a lower team like Legia. By the way, their fans are awesome. Yeah, that's true. Okay, can we get 13 likes, guys? Thank you so much for supporting this channel. It really means a lot. For the FPL, I need Savinio to start, finger crossed. Yeah. In my team, guys, would you change something for my team? Would you start Martinez or Raya? Can you find a way to start Savinio in my actual lineup? I just I just don't think that I can, sadly. And also Konate versus Guardiol. I think that's not such a straightforward decision, but I'm leaning towards Guardiol at the moment. Saliba or Guardiol or Konsa, start one. I would start Saliba. Shiraktar, I just answered the same question uh, before. I think that's a really uh, close call, but I would just pick the better defense and the better fixture, which I think it's Arsenal. Now, obviously, Saliba, there are some chances Saliba could be rested too for Arsenal, but I just think that he's more likely to start than the other players. Okay, so would you start Martinez instead of Raya? Okay, I'm starting Savinho or Saka. Yeah, I would start Savinho in that case. Saka or Savinho. Okay, so the same question. Guys, I would start Savinho, I think, instead of Saka. Now, I would wait till closer to deadline to see if we get a leak. I just think that Savinho is gonna start, honestly, this game week. Just heard that Stupinian gonna play CB, that's kinda sad. Now, uh, we need a source. You just can't just guarantee where a player is gonna start, right? Let's see if we have any news. Not yet, I guess. We still have half an hour till the deadline. There are some reports saying that Vardiol is starting now, and also Savinho is starting. I don't know how reliable this is. Um, the predicted mostly saddest opinion CB to accommodate Baleba. Okay, that could be an option, I guess. Savinho got 85 minutes in the last three games, so we might win the Pep Roulette this time. Um, yeah, I mean Savinho played more minutes than Foden at least, so um, I'm just gonna show you what I saw. Um, if we go down a little bit, now this source, I don't know if it's probably it's not 100%. The most reliable one on Twitter is FPL Tony regarding Manchester City, but this is one source. Uh, yeah, take it as you want. It's not guaranteed or something like that, but he's saying Vardiol is starting and Savinho is starting now. These are just rumors, so it's nothing decided yet. Uh, Plus that Foden knock, yeah. So Pep Guardiola said that Foden is a doubt for this game week, so probably I would avoid him, and that gonna increase Savinho's minutes, obviously. Okay, okay, okay. So from my poll, a lot of people are more people are playing their triple captainship. From 44 votes, 64% are using the triple captainship. Are you guys using your triple captainship on Isak, or are you going a little bit different? Okay, so maybe I should decide if I want to do anything else with my team. Now I have two free transfers. The plan was always to try to roll three transfers. Now thankfully um I can do that. Now obviously Gabriel is injured, so I lost some value on him, and Saliba gone up in price two times I think. But yeah, I'm gonna sell Gabriel next game week to probably another Arsenal defender, and Palmer to Saka. Obviously, I'm gonna do that move, and then we'll need to see. Hi Neil, FTBL. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really means a lot. Really appreciate it. Triple captain Saka this week. Good shout. Uh, Definitely not. If you want to use triple captain on Saka, just wait till gaming 33. To be honest with you, I wouldn't even start Bukayo Saka this gaming. So no, I don't think that Saka is a good captaincy option for 32. I just think that the risk is too high for him to not start against Brentford at home. So yeah, I just you have so many other better triple captaincy choices this week, like Isak, Mateta, Eze, Sar, if you want, who are much better than Bukayo Saka. The thing is, they're gonna play against Real Madrid in the second leg. Saka just came back from an injury, so uh, there are chances he's gonna be on the bench. Now, nobody can guarantee you for sure uh, if he's gonna start or not. But yeah, you just need to make your own prediction. And I wouldn't risk the captaincy with Saka, honestly. But obviously, it's your team and it's your decision, so you can do that if you want. Oh yeah, my bad. I need to double check my team. Yeah, you still have 30 minutes to check your team before the deadline, so make sure you have your captaincy uh, put on the right player and your bench order and your starting lineup. Uh, but yeah, yeah, I think that's this is how my team is gonna look like. Honestly, don't know if I would make any changes. Obviously, I'm really tempted to play Martinez. Frustrating. I have two good goalkeepers, so I have to make a decision. I just wished I didn't have to make this decision, but it is what it is. I think that Arsenal are still one of the best defenses in the world. At the moment, we saw that against Real Madrid. Obviously, they are gonna rotate a little bit against Brentford, but yeah, hopefully Raya starts at least. Uh, I have three transfers. Okay, so you have two free transfers. Uh, you can make some moves. Hi Abdul, man, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Um, Guys, if you're new, please consider leaving a like. Subscribe to this channel if you wanna see more. If you enjoy my content, if I was a little bit helpful to you, and yeah, thanks again for the big support you're showing me. I have Raya and start to Saliba or Guardiol or Nico Williams. If we're making just a comparison of who's the best defender to start, as I said before, Saliba versus Guardiol. I just think that Saliba. I would just pick Saliba because he's playing in the better defense in Arsenal. He has the better fixture. He is at home. Uh, I would just play Saliba, although you have Raya now. If you want to spread the risk, of course you can just uh, start Guardiol in that case because you have also Raya from Arsenal, so you're covered a little bit. But yeah, I think that that's what I would do. Is a double on Forest defense good as I have no free? Uh, yeah, yeah. Nottingham Forest are a great defense. This week mostly they are gonna play against Everton at home, which is a great fixture. Uh, there are some chances for a clean sheet, and it depends which players you have. But yeah, Nico Williams, Milenkovic, Sels, these are great players from Nottingham Forest. So yeah. Any leaks if Savino is starting? Now we had some rumors uh, that Guardiol and Savino are starting. It's not guaranteed. It's not from the best source at the moment, so don't expect too much. But yeah, we're still waiting to see. Yeah, nothing so far. Just some rumors that Guardiola and Saliba is starting, but I don't know if that source is 100% reliable. So we need to wait a little bit more. Hi, another way. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciated. Help me with my bench. Roger, Saliba, and Kerkes in this order. I'm making them play over Marmoush and Guardiola. It is a good decision. Uh, no, I just think that I would try to find a way to play Marmoush. No, I would play Marmoush and Guardiola in that case if I got your question right. So, uh, on your bench are Roger, Saliba, and Kerkez. Marmoush definitely. I would play Marmoush. Now, if you're asking between Guardiola and Saliba, that's a trickier question. I talked about before about this. I think that Saliba has a higher chance of keeping a clean sheet than Guardiola. Now, obviously, if Saliba is gonna start, because there are also there's also possibility Saliba is gonna be rested too for Arsenal, but I just think that Saliba is a slightly better pick than Guardiola this week. He he is playing in the better defense. He has the better fixture. Uh, yeah, I would just play Saliba instead of Guardiola, but yeah, it's really close. I have Sels, Milenkovic, Guardiola, Savinho, Salah, Murphy. Okay. Uh, oh, sorry, I framed it wrong. I'm making Marmoush and Guardiola play. Yeah, I would play. I would definitely play Marmoush in that case. Another way, and I would play. I would start Saliba instead of Guardiola. But honestly, you can go with Guardiola. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that both are great options this game week. Uh, yeah, Wood is injured. I don't. We don't know exactly when he's gonna be fit. Marmoush is a great option. I would just if you don't have okay, so you have Mateta and Isak. I would just buy Marmoush. Now you don't have your free for gaming 34, right? So you need to uh, not have so many players who are not gonna play in gaming 34. Thank you. Have a great gaming. Thank you so much. Another way for joining the stream. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, leave a like on your way out. Subscribe to this channel if you enjoy my content. And thanks for the support. Have a great weekend and a great game week. Um, so yeah, I really like your team, Neil. FTBL. Says Milenkovic, Guardiola, Savinho, Salah, Murphy as a Wood. Maybe Wood to Marmoush. That's a good transfer. Start Nico Williams or Konsa. I would start Nico Williams. I don't know, that's for sure. Uh, it's just my opinion, but I wouldn't risk with Konsa. His chances of starting are 50-50 from my point of view. Now, with Nico Williams, pretty much we expect for him to start, and the fixtures is also okay against Everton. They are a good defense, Nottingham Forest, so yeah. Yeah, I was just looking for some early team news, but nothing yet. Um, yeah, can we get to 30 likes, guys? That would be amazing. Thanks again for the support. Um, I'm gonna let you know we have still 20 minutes to go till the deadline. What a good time to be to finally another double gaming 32. Six double gaming players. Six players are gonna play for me in the early kickoff, so hopefully that's gonna be okay. I know I'm playing Vardiol and I'm playing him against Sar and Mateta, so I really want Vardiol to concede in this game, to be honest with you, because I want Mateta and Sar to score a lot of goals. But yeah, thinking about risking and captaining Mateta. Hi, Mimlands. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. I mean, Mateta is the second best uh, captain this gaming, I think. So the risk it's not so huge. Obviously, everyone is just gonna captain Isak, and a lot of people are gonna triple captain Isak, just like me. He could be a great differential. Don't get me wrong. Nketiah is banned for this game, so that's just gonna increase Mateta's minutes. Thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Hopefully, you're gonna enjoy my content in the future also. Yeah, I think that it's a great differential. If you're chasing, if you want to gain some rank, Mateta could be a good option. Now, again, my my top picks still would be Isak, Mateta, then Eze, then Sar, something like that. But if you want to go a little bit different, I don't see a problem there. So good luck. I really wish you good luck, and hopefully Mateta is gonna smash it for you. Thanks again for subscribing, for joining the stream. It really means a lot. Hi Zach Mueller, thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Talk about the wildcard 32 draft. No free hit left. Um, wildcard 32. Okay. Uh, so you're bench boosting in gaming 33, or okay? Sorry. So you don't have a free hit for gaming 34. That's really tough because obviously can't you go in gaming 32 without wildcarding? Because it really doesn't feel right to wildcard in gaming 32 and to not have at least, let's say, 9 double gaming players for gaming 30 um 33. But yeah, you surely go with 3 players from Newcastle, Isak, Murphy, Livramento, probably something like that. 3 players from Crystal Palace. uh Yeah, and then you need to see maybe Marmoush, probably something like that. Players who are gonna play in Gaming 34. If we go here, uh, some Nottingham Forest players, maybe someone like Clivert. Hopefully, is gonna get fit till that. Uh, yeah, pretty much players from Brighton, West Ham, alongside those that I just said. Save all your transfers and then wildcard gaming 34. So after 34 you can buy some players. Yeah. Personally, I think Sar or Eze will score 2 goals. Feel like Man City defense is weakening. I mean, Man City uh, kept some clean sheets in the recent weeks, honestly. So I just thought that they were getting a little bit better defending wise. Now, yeah, they were not a great defense this season. Let's be honest. But Crystal Palace are a good attacking side, so I wouldn't be surprised if they would score. And also, yeah, okay. Just trying to see if we get some news. Um, Nothing yet. So yeah, if you can delay your wildcard, Zach Mueller, that's what I would try to do. Now, maybe just wildcard in 34 or 35 because it's just. What do you think about Liverpool and West Ham? I think that Liverpool are gonna score some goals in this game week, particularly now. Maybe maybe I'm a little bit biased because I'm a Liverpool fan, but I just think that's a great fixture for them. Uh, Now Salah, I just feel that Salah is gonna do something. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but uh, yeah, I'm not. West Ham could score, but I'm predicting something like 3-1 for Liverpool. Now I don't know. I can see some goals in these games. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Um, so we don't have any news for Man City yet. We just have some rumors that Guardiola and Savinho are starting, but they are not 100% guaranteed. Wisa or Evan Nilsson for Gameweek 34. Um, yeah, that's tough. I think that I would go Evan Nilsson. Honestly, they are playing at home against United, and Wisa is playing against Nottingham Forest away. So yeah, I would go Evan Nilsson just for the better fixture and playing at home. So yeah, I need to make sure also myself that my triple captain is active. Uh, Let me just check. Hi, Noah Hart. Thank you so much for joining this stream. Really appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, start Rogers Osaka. That's the toughest question. One of the toughest questions you can get for Gaming 32. Uh, Honestly, I think that both of them are gonna be on the bench. And then if I think that which player I want to have for 30 minutes, 40 minutes or something like that, and I would just pick Saka in that case. But it's a really close decision, and I really don't want it to go wrong for you. It's just my personal opinion that both of them are gonna be on the bench. Nobody can guarantee you that, but it's gonna be a lot of rotation for Arsenal and Aston Villa. I just I really think that. Now, yeah. If you have other players to start, maybe I would just bench both of them. No problem, Neil. Thank you so much for joining. By the way, do you think Shade can be a differential for catching up as he's cheap? I would try to find other players to differentiate yourself from the others. I just don't think that Shade or Shade is the best one. Uh, he is a differential obviously because I think that nobody pretty much owns him, but Yeah, Brentford are playing against Nottingham Forest. Yeah, I wouldn't go for Shade honestly. Maybe if the fixtures were a little bit better, maybe then yes, but at the moment, no. Thanks. What are your thoughts on Salah captain? Just sign a new deal and at home to West Ham. As I said before, we just talked about that. I think that Salah is gonna do okay against West Ham. That's not only related to him signing a new contract. That could mean also that maybe now he's gonna have a rest. He's not gonna play so hard because his contract is just extended. But in whichever case, I just think that the fixture is great. Liverpool are playing at home. He's on penalties. He blanked a lot in the last game weeks, but I just think that I see some goals in that game. My prediction would be something like 3-1, 3-2, 4-2 for Liverpool. I can see some goals in these games, and if there are gonna be goals, Mo Salah probably is gonna be involved. That's my opinion. Isak gonna cook. Yeah, hopefully. Hi Crystal27, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. How are you? And also good morning. Are you using triple captain? Yeah, my triple captain is active on Alexander Isak. No news. Last minute change, Saliba. Okay. No, no, no leaks yet. I'm still watching. Can you do a stat check, please, of him versus Sar first? Um, just a second, Neil. I think that Sar is obviously a better pick than Shade at the moment. I need to see if we're gonna have time to see the stats, but sure, in a minute. The Go, thank you so much for joining. Thomas Nielsen, thanks a lot, guys. Should I do Mbeumo, Bowen to Sar Eze for -4? Yeah, I would do that. Um, I think that I would do firstly Bowen to Eze if you can afford it. Even both moves could work out honestly because Crystal Palace are gonna have two back-to-back double game weeks. That's why I think it's worth it. And also Beuma and Bowen have horrible fixtures this game week. So yeah. Hey Dennis, how are you, man? Excited for this game week playing my triple captain on Isak. Yeah, the same, Risha. Thank you a lot for joining. The same strategy goes for me. My triple captain is active on Isak. My plan is also to bench boost 33, so that's how things are gonna go. I could also bench boost this gaming, but I just prefer to do that in 33. Should I do Belmo Bowen to Sar? Yeah, I just asked that question. The goat, don't do that. Belmo and Bowen have good fixtures after this gaming. Yeah, Bowen has Southampton next, but also Bowen has two fixtures, and Eze is gonna have four fixtures. So I just prefer them. Now, obviously, if you want, you can sell Mbeumo and have Bowen for Southampton. But a lot of people are gonna have 12 double gaming players or 11 or 10 for gaming 33. So yeah, it really depends how you want to play it. Uh, I always prefer a double gaming than a single gaming, even that it's against Southampton. Okay, so no leaks. That's weird because we have also just 7 minutes till deadline. So a little bit. Would you start Guardiola or Saliba? I would start Saliba. I had this question a lot, and I would just go with the better defense and the better fixture. But it's really close, obviously, between Saliba and Guardiola. It's not so much in it. Okay, so I just checked to see. Yeah, yeah. Every move pretty much depends on your chips. So yeah, I wouldn't trade any of my midfielders for Bowen. I think in Game Week 33 against Southampton. So for example, I'm gonna have Saka, uh, Murphy, Sar, and Savinho, all of them with double game weeks, and Mohamed Salah against Leicester. So I wouldn't trade any of them to have Bowen. To be honest with you, but that's just my opinion, so it doesn't really matter, right? Okay, so my triple captain is active on Isak. Raya is gonna be in goal. Yeah, I think that this is how my team is gonna look like. Start Saka or Savinho. I would start Savinho honestly, although I have hope that we would get some leaks about Savinho. I just think that Saka is gonna be on the bench, so hopefully Savinho is gonna start. That's why I would just pick Savinho. Honestly, we're gonna get some leaks, but maybe it's gonna be after the deadline. So what would I do? Bowen or Sar or Eze, but double hit. As I said before, Neil FTBL, you don't need to take out Bowen. Uh, then you just buy one player. I would pick Eze. If the question is between Eze and Sar, I would just go for Eze if you have the money to do that. And just keep Bowen for the next game week against Southampton. And what about Konsa? Because he played the full 90s against PSG. The same, the same with Konsa. So yeah, Arsenal and Aston Villa players are gonna be rotated probably. Now we don't know for sure which players are gonna be rotated, but I wouldn't play Konsa. I wouldn't play Rogers, Saka. All these players are rotation risks. So yeah, if you can bench them, I would. Obviously, some of these players who are rumored to be rotated probably are gonna play because yeah, FPL is just a game. It's just that game. You're not gonna get all the decisions right, but at the moment, that's how my thought process is. Um, okay, where are the leaks? Where are the leaks at? I guess we're not gonna get anything. Just 3 minutes till deadline. Yeah, my team is locked in. Now, hopefully, it's gonna work. No problem. Do you think there is someone that sold Isaac on purpose this week? I mean, probably. I don't know. Maybe he was forced to do that. No, for sure. There should be some people who sold Isaac. Uh, Now I don't know if they play the game seriously, obviously, because I just don't think that you should sell firstly a double gaming player ahead of a double, but yeah, who am I to judge? Maybe other people think that Isak is gonna blank. Uh, Maybe they just want to bet on that. Maybe they just play the game for fun, not for overall rank. So I can understand that. So yeah, surely there are some people who do that. If I'd only had have Marmoush and Guardiol, we would surely have leaks about City team. Now that I have one with 50-50 chance to play, we don't. Yeah, no leaks sadly. I'm keep scrolling and refreshing, but yeah, kind of sad because usually we get leaks from Manchester City. I don't know what happened. Uh, okay. My bench order is gonna be Savinio, Konate, Gabriel. Uh, Now, hopefully, I'm not gonna regret that Martinez benching. Foden bench, Kusanov bench. Uh, what? I didn't saw anything. Please say the source if you want to spread the rumor. Uh, you need to be sure about it. But yeah, probably Foden is gonna be benched. To be honest with you, even without any leaks. I made just to confirm this is my team, and I'm gonna triple captain Isak. Okay. Yeah. Nothing yet, and we're past. I think. Yep. So my triple captain is on Isak. Hopefully, he's gonna score two hat tricks or something like that. But yeah, we are locked in now. I'm still gonna remain a little bit to see if we can get some news from City to see who's gonna start. Now, yeah, sadly we didn't get it before deadline. Heard it in Raptor channel. Okay, but uh, yeah, maybe there are just some rumors because on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it, there aren't any news. So maybe it's just a rumor. Maybe he um he found something. Good luck, everyone. Let's crush it again. Yeah. Good luck, everyone. If you're leaving the stream, leave a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm gonna stay here for 15-20 minutes, something like that, to see uh, the lineups for City Crystal Palace at least. I just realized I had the funds to bring in Watkins and took out Marmoush. Okay, I mean Marmoush is also a great option. So, but yeah, good luck with that punt on Watkins. Good luck, everyone. Thanks again for joining the stream. Now, yeah, this was my team. I still wanna see if we're gonna get some leaks. We're gonna move a little bit to Twitter. Uh, how am I calling it now? Also, guys, if you wanna follow me on other accounts, you can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, on Discord. So yeah, really appreciated all your support. Let's see what other people done with their teams until we get some leaks. So everyone is gonna triple captain Isak, that's for sure. FPL Raptor, Ross. Sorry, I just hit the microphone. Yeah, so he benched Saka also. In Konsa, in Foden, as expected. Come on, Savio Moreira, playing score mate. Yeah, hopefully for you that's gonna be the case. I know, but he's cheap and not worth transfer. He's not injured um, right now. Hi, Fresh Fielder. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. How are you? Okay, so it looks like everyone benched Saka just like I predicted. Now, would be really funny for Saka to start and score. Um, okay. Good luck. Good luck to you too. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Yeah, it really means a lot. 31 likes. I really appreciate your support, guys. And yeah, thanks again. If you have any opinions or tips for me, what do you want to see more on this channel? That would be really appreciated. If you now, obviously, I don't know. You are the people who are on my live streams. Um, Pretty much, I don't know if any of you watches also my content I make during the week, my videos. If you watch them, uh, sorry. Please let me know if you enjoyed it, if you um, find it interesting, useful, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm gonna came back on Twitter when the news are popping up. Okay, so gaming 32 is over. Um, in my opinion, you're the best FPL creator as you replied to everyone's comments. Now, obviously, that's a little bit easier for me to do because uh, I don't have so many people, at least at the moment, in my chat. Uh, Obviously, I always try to reply to all the comments. If you watch me before, if you're gonna sorry, watch me in the future, you're gonna see that I try to answer to everyone's questions. But yeah, thanks for the compliment. I'm pretty sure I'm not the best content FPL content creator because there are a lot of good ones, but I will try my best to improve. So yeah. For how long are you holding Gabriel? This was the last game week. Um, I wildcarded Gabriel in Game Week 30, and the plan was always to try to get to three free transfers for Game Week 33 because I'm gonna use my bench boost. So Gabriel is gonna go for another Arsenal defender. Probably Palmer is gonna go to Saka, probably Murphy to an Aston Villa mid. So yeah. I hope you develop, though you deserve it. Thank you so much, Max Edit. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, I hope that you're gonna enjoy my content in the future. Hopefully, I'm gonna see you more on the streams. So yeah, thanks again for the nice words, and you appreciate your subscribers. Yeah, obviously, it's not like other creators are not appreciating their subscribers. Let's be honest. I appreciate everyone who's supporting me, who's liking my videos, who's subscribing. Even if you're not subscribing and you just enter the stream to give a like, to answer a question, and if I can help you, then obviously I appreciate everyone. Do you think the lap is a shout for Gaming 34? I mean, usually I wouldn't say an Ipswich attacker is a good shout. And also, they are going to play against Chelsea away, so I just don't think that is going to be a great shout. Um, I agree with that comment. No news yet. I don't know what's going on. No problem. no to Ipswich attackers. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, at some point, the lap was a good pick. I didn't have him in my team, but at some point, he was scoring some goals. He was on penalties, I think. So, yeah, it's not impossible for him to score some goals, but I just think that we should prioritize other players at the moment. Uh, Yeah. Is it sure Crystal Palace is the early kickoff? Because I don't see any leaks, any team news. Maybe I got it wrong and City are playing just tomorrow. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, in 5 minutes max, I think that we should get some news, right? Guardiol, De Bruyne, and Marmoush are all starting. Yeah, I mean, Guardiol and Marmoush probably are gonna start. I don't need a lot of leaks to do that. The lab from next season, he'll most likely get a transfer to a big club, even Chelsea. Yeah, probably. I mean, there were some leaks about Liverpool too. I just don't know. At his price, he could be a decent option. Now I'm talking about football in general, not FPL, because we don't know how much it's gonna cost in FPL. My uncle works for City and just confirmed for me. Okay, good to have you here. Then, if you can uh, get us some news. Nothing yet. Okay, what are your plans, guys, for Gaming 33? If I should ask, um, are you gonna? Is there anyone who's gonna triple captain in Gaming 33? Someone like Saka or Marmoush? I think they are gonna be great options. Or are everyone gonna bench boost? Franca stars for Palace and Eze and Sar. Okay. I mean, I was pretty sure Eze and Sar were starting. Also, Munoz, Mateta. These players are all gonna start. So yeah, Game 33, 10 doublers plus Salah, assistant manager chip on Glasner. Good luck. So I suppose you have your assistant manager chip also this game week. Good luck to you. Hopefully for you and for me, Crystal Palace are gonna smash it and win against Man City and Newcastle away. How awesome would that be, right? Um, so yeah, that looks okay. Probably I'm gonna have 11 doublers for Gaming 33. I'm gonna use my bench boost. If I wanna have um 12 double gaming players, I would have to take a -4 to sell Livramento to someone like Konsa, but I just don't think that's worth it at the moment. So I need to see. Uh, Also, is anyone using free hit for Gaming 33? I'm just asking because I'm planning on making a video about the best. Probably I'm gonna do it anyway. A video about make the best free hit team for Gaming 33. If anyone is interested. in that. Okay, we got the leaks. Whoops, not there. No Foden in the Man City squad. Now, this was pretty much obvious. I mean, not obvious, but he's not even on the bench, Phil Foden, so that's good news for Savinho. Uh, Rico Lewis starts, according to this source. Pretty much that's it at the moment. Okay, so Foden was such a bad, not a bad pick, such an unlucky pick for those who gone there. I just think that if I had the cash, maybe I would have picked Foden also instead of Savinho. I just got maybe a little bit lucky. I didn't have enough money to go to afford Foden. So yeah, really unlucky for anyone who gone Foden. Okay, the lineups are up. So, oops. Okay, Savinho is not starting apparently. Jesus. Savinho on the bench again. That's not good news for me for game week 33. So McAtee is playing. Gundogan and Kovacic. Okay. And Nico also. So they are playing. Vardiol is gonna be another. He's gonna play center back again. O'Reilly, Luis Diaz, Nico Kovacic, Gundogan, De Bruyne, McAtee, Marmoush. Honestly, I don't really know what's about this lineup. Uh, no Grealish, no Doku, no Bernardo Silva, no Savinho. That's weird. Okay, if we move to Crystal Palace, what are you doing? Pep on the good side of things, maybe Palace beat them and the fight for the silly places. Yeah, I mean, they are playing with no wingers basically. I don't think that Kevin De Bruyne is gonna play as a winger, right? So yeah, Munoz, Sar, Eze, Mateta, all the players, all the important players from Palace are starting now. Yeah, Rico Lewis is starting. Maybe he's gonna play in midfield or something like that. It doesn't look great for Guardiola. Also, yeah, weird. Hopefully, Savino is gonna back in that lineup next game week because I really need him to do at least one start. Surely we're gonna get one start from Savino right next game week. Uncle said Franca starts. He lied. Okay, this feels good for Glasner owners. Yeah. So Crystal Palace, no surprises here. Mateta, SSR, Kamada is starting. Okay, yeah. So he has Grealish, Doku, Savino, Silva on the bench. Yeah, weird. Got the 1-0 City. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I'm gonna leave it here. Please consider giving a like on your way out. Subscribe to this channel if you're new. Thanks again for being here for almost 3 hours. It really means a lot to me. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you here with how my team was for Gaming 32. I hope everyone is gonna have a great game week and more importantly, have a great weekend. And I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.